Hi, good evening to you all, and I'm very glad once again to come before you this evening. And I must say that I'm very concerned about some of the issues that I have personally encountered with regards to youth in politics. And I feel as a youth, I'm also part of the system, and for that reason I can't take myself out of it. So basically I want to highlight some of the good things I've seen the youth doing, some of the danger that I foresee with the youth going into in the future, and how we can remedy that in a very succinct way. So how do we first begin? I must first commend most of the youth for their great work. And most of the youth in Ghana and in Africa have inspired a lot of initiatives, and such initiatives have been mind-blowing for so many years. And we can talk of Not Too Young to Run, and this was an initiative in 2016 in Nigeria where the youth actually mobilized themselves to force the government to reduce the age limit so that they can be able to be appointed in political position. And this has been so great that the government has been able to imbibe this as part of their system. We can also talk of the GET fund that was first being implemented in 2001 in August, and that was also led by NUS, that is the National Union of Ghana Student Service, and they did a tremendous job by making sure that students who are not able to finance their education are able to get funds from the government in order to do so. And we can talk of advocacy groups, we can talk of NGOs that the youth are currently running, non-profit, and they are making so well, and they are impacting a lot of lives in such areas that they find themselves. But aside all this great feat and achievement, I'm so much concerned about some of the problems that I have seen, and I think if we the youth don't come together to address this, it's really going to affect us so badly. And the first one had to do with how the youth have been negatively oriented in various institutions in this country. You can talk of the THIN and TESCON, the THIN which is for NDC and TESCON which is for NPP. And what these politicians have been able to do is that they've been able to influence the youth to the extent that their ability to think Ghana is being questioned. So the sad thing is that the youth especially spend most of their years, if they're in opposition, condemning, criticizing without offering any constructive initiative or bringing up ideas that could actually help to promote the country. So we have youth in the opposition for 4 years criticizing the ruling party, and it's vice versa when the ruling party becomes an opposition. And this is what has been going on for so long, and we end up coming back to zero without achieving anything. Not only that, we've seen a situation also where the aged people, because they are well equipped with the resources, are able to buy the vote of the young ones. And it's so sad that a youth who is so determined and feels that he has what it takes to run for an office is not able to mobilize finance in order to get what he or she wants or to serve the country. Further to that, the problem has also really compounded, because if you look at the era of Atamils and Nana Akufo-Addo, they've done so well by appointing some of the youth in key positions. But the question is, if you critically look at the youth, these are the youth that they have politically oriented to kowtow to whatever they see, or to follow the party lines without even being able to address issue objectively, address issue thinking Ghana. And this is my big concern. This is my very big concern, because if you look at the National Youth Authority, it's highly politicized. You see most of their youth wings being recruited in these offices, and there's nothing like Ghana. We can also talk of even the Minister of Youth and Sport. We know the age limit for youth according to the African Youth Charter is 15 to 35. We have the Minister for Youth and Sport being 44, and it's so sad. And all that they do is sport. They don't even consider the youth, and this is a big worry, a very big worry for me. But then what is the way forward? The way forward is that we the youth, including including myself, we can reposition ourselves, strengthen our skills and capabilities in order to take what belongs to us, or in order to sharpen ourselves for the future. Not only can we also do that, we can also say that for the youth who are already in the political arena, it is very, very important that we should be very nationalistic in our dealings. We should think Ghana. We see politics shouldn't be based on how well we can insult or how well we can intimidate, but how well we can give constructive or make constructive arguments backed by research. A lot of people in Ghana, especially they don't much of them, or like most of them, don't really read, and they don't even research. So you see them arguing on emotions and stuff like that, which is very detrimental to us as development. Because for us to develop as a country, knowledge is very key, and skills. So we must know, we must try as much as possible to read and read open. And also aside that too, we shouldn't, necessarily put money first. And this is one situation in Ghana. For every work that a person is supposed to do, the first question the person asks is, how much is my share? Why don't we rather ask, how much service do you want me to contribute in order to make this project better? And this is a big concern for me, because I feel in order for us to come together, we should be able to address some of these key areas. And I also see a terrain where everything seems like a competition. When one youth is doing one thing, the other says it as a way of competing. But can we just for once, instead of criticizing, making fun of people and the youth taking initiative, can we once celebrate them? Rather than we being competitive, can we collaborate? And rather than we sabotaging, can we support? What the problem is that we shouldn't think that everything should revolve around us, but instead we should think of multipliers. How can we have so many good people in the system? And I think for the youth, these are some of the questions we need to answer. And for the older generation that don't believe in our capabilities, for the older generation that keeps thinking that the youth are not capable, I just have one simple message for you. Keep your eyes open, for we are coming. Most of us may not be in the political domain, but the time is near. And Ghana needs change. And the change starts when you and I make the conscious effort to make things happen. Because if we don't change ourselves, we can never change things around us. Thank you so much. Stay safe.